Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to the podcast by Sophia. Today we will be talking about money, abundance, and business. But first of all, I want you to take a moment to check in how you are. How do you feel? Are you present in this moment, in this space, in your body? Can you fully commit to being here in this time, in this space? Now you have landed a bit, we can start. Abundance, my business and money, and also your business, your money, and your abundance. It is an interesting combination. When I started my first course, it was a course of energetic children's coach. And my intention was just to help. And 2 years later, when I started my business, my intention still was to help. And after a time, I learned abundance is for everybody. It is our birthright. And somehow, my business became more about money at some point than helping. Of course, it was about helping, but there was always, what price do I need to ask? What do I have to do to make my abundance live through my life? And abundance is so much more than money. It is so much more. It is our whole life. But when we think of when I thought about abundance, I cannot speak for everybody, of course, but yes, I knew it was about health and happiness and friends and all those things. But always money in the first place. That was what every time it came up. Money is abundance. And it is a part of it, but it's not all. And I had to do a lot of work around money issues, but I had to do a lot more work just around being happy in and with myself. That is the most important place to start creating abundance. And then it's not important what I do in my business when we talk about pricing. It is always important that I do what makes me happy and what is my mission, just the same for you. What makes you truly happy? What is your mission in this life? Who are you? Why are you? Those are the most important things to live and create from, to create your abundance. Because manifesting is a beautiful thing. It really is a beautiful thing. And you can manifest everything you want. But when you are manifesting from the wrong place, there's no right and wrong, but when you're manifesting not from who you truly are, you will always stop at a certain point. You will not manifest everything that is there for you. Only what you want with a ceiling. Because it's not who you truly are, and then it will collapse. And you will get the feeling you have to start all over again. It's not true, of course, but but you will get that feeling. But in the meanwhile, you learned a lot about yourself and who you are and why you are. And you can start creating from who you really are. And then the things that will happen will be much larger and more, what's the right word for this? It will feel more electrified, and you will experience there's much more possible than you thought there was, because you are much more than you ever believed you were. And it's such a beautiful thing to create and to really live from yourself and discover what is all for you. And then comes business. And the way we learned we had to do business. And it doesn't work. It doesn't work. For me at least. I learned business at the age of 21, 23. I started working as an assistant manager in a restaurant, and later on I went to a retail shop as manager, and it didn't work for me because I had to work from numbers. The most important things for those businesses were numbers, not the people, not what they were bringing, just numbers. How many customers, what is the average the customer is paying, what did we bring in this week, this month, We have to hire more people, we have to let people go because it's not enough. Constantly balancing about numbers. And after a few years, I started doing something else, something really different, where that was not important anymore, the numbers, and I forgot a bit about that. And in 2020, I started my own business, and suddenly those numbers came back up. My intention was to help. That's why I started my business. I wanted to help, first of all, children, humans, at that point it was still with another view than I do it now. Then I wanted to help people with issues so they could live in the society there was. And now I help you to just live yourself. And whatever society is, just live yourself. But it's been a journey from then to this point, and it has been an abundance and money journey also, because there were periods where I had a lot of customers who paid very very little money. I have had periods with few customers who paid really a nice sum of money, high-end prices, and it never felt right. I had an abundance of customers, I had an abundance of money, I had an abundance of inspiration, I had an abundance of happiness, but never was it at the same time. It was also always or this or that, but I never could feel the joy of what I was doing in combination with really helping you and feeling the abundance that was part of it, of doing why I am. And now at this point I came to the realization that I knew it for a while, but it's not about the money. It was never about the money. And always when I was making a new service or something else, always the calculation, what do I need to ask? Is what I ask according to the value I bring? Am I reaching the right persons with that pricing to create my abundance, and all those mind things that you learn in business. And what I really wanted to do got moved to the background. And what I truly believe is that for everyone, the issues are the same. If you have a lot of money or we don't, even people who have a lot of money can have issues around shortage, around self-esteem, that hold them back to truly live themselves. Just as people who have less money, and the other way around, people who have less money can be more free in their living than people who have more money in some ways. So truly living ourselves and living and creating abundance doesn't have anything to do with who we are or who society pictures us to be, or who we believe we are. Yes, when we have limiting thoughts, it stops our flow. It stops our flow, but it's a process to let all those things go. And who we are and where we come from and what we make, or we went to university or we stopped studying at 14 years old, it does not matter. We all have beliefs, patterns, programations who bring us to a certain point and stop us to do some things, to really live free. And it's just that. No more, no less. That's why, for me, business and abundance is all in the same. And it my business now, it gives me happiness. Sometimes I have a few customers, sometimes it does not matter. What I do as a space holder, as a guide, as an energy channel, it is from love, it is with my whole heart, it is happiness, it brings me joy. And it brings you joy when you really can work and receive and give from that place. So business is abundance, in happiness, in health, because when we really truly live from our core, we are healthy, we are wealthy, we are happy. And that's what we send out in our business. And that's what we will get back. And for the one person, it will mean he or she will give everything he can. And that can be €5. But he or she gives it with the whole of his heart, because he knows that it's coming back, or she knows that it's coming back in all life, in all of life. And for others it will be 50, 100, 500,000 euros. Doesn't matter. What is in their heart for themselves, for me, for the world to give. Because what we do is not only for ourselves. It is for all of us. We create not from a selfish place, but we create from a loving place, and that's abundance. That's abundance. And all the rest can fall away when we work and create from that place. And if there wouldn't be any money in the system, if I wouldn't have to pay anything, I would do it for a hug or anything, or pay it forward or whatever. But yeah, reality is there is still at this point money in society. So that's why I ask you a financial exchange when you come to me, when we work together, but from your heart. What you feel, you want, you can give. And that's for everybody different. And it's all okay, and I won't look any different to someone who gives more or less, because we are all the same. We are all one, and love has nothing to do with what our paycheck is in the end of the month. So I hope some of this, and I don't hope, I know some of this has touched your heart and your core being. And my wish for you is that you let it sink in and work with it for yourself to make abundance for you. That's all I have to share at this moment. We will hear each other soon. Till later, love, Sophia.